morning and welcome to Beginning the Day with God on Tuesday the 18th of March. Today we continue our Celtic Lent and we opened our worship this morning with Henry Purcell's Remember Not, Lord, Our Offences. Renew and strengthen us, eternal God,
as we prepare for resurrection. Come to our reading today, and it comes from the book of Acts, chapter 18. After staying there for a considerable time, Paul said farewell to the believers and sailed for Syria, accompanied by Priscilla and Aquila. At Kenchre, he had his hair cut, for he was under a Nazarite vow. So do what we tell you. We have 4 men who are under a Nazarite vow. Join these men, go through the rite of purification with them, and pay for the shaving of their heads. Thus, all will know that there is nothing in what they have been told about you, but that you yourself observe and guard the law. But as for the Gentiles who have become believers, we have sent a letter with our judgment that they should abstain from what has been sacrificed to idols, and from blood, and from what is strangled, and from fornication. Then Paul took the men, and the next day, having purified himself, he entered the temple with them, making public the completion of the days of purification, when the sacrifice would be made for each of them. Thanks be to God.
Now today's reflection. Numerous new monastic communities, including the community of Aidan and Hilda, take their inspiration from Celtic monastic rules for their own rule or way of life. These ancient rules can be found in various places, one of which is a book called The Celtic Monk. And in the book we read this. Irish secular life was based on the clan or family unity, with the father or the chieftain at its head. Family ties, kinship, and the personal rule of the leader of the group was the common bond, and any other approach would have been neither understood nor accepted by the people. For this reason, monasticism, with its strong emphasis on community and an abbot at its head, was a concept the Irish could easily grasp and embrace. This was also true of the British Celts, who, according to the book, The Celtic Monk, were the influence on Irish Christians with regards to monastic style Christianity. And in the book we read these words. St. Patrick, during the course of his ministry, though Christianity already existed in Ireland when he arrived, set up an ecclesiastical administration in which the diocese was paramount. When barbarian depredations put an end for a time to the influence of continental Europe on the Irish Church, Irishmen turned their eyes to Britain for inspiration and for guidance. Monastic life, traditionally held to have been imported from Egypt, flourished across the Irish Sea, and Irish travellers quickly came under its influence. St. Enda, after returning from Candida Casa in around 484, founded his monastery on Arran Moor, giving Ireland what was probably its very first monastery. Enda, of course, is often referred to as the patriarch of Irish monasticism. Well, having gained the influence of the British monasteries in the 5th century, It was the Irish missions which heavily influenced the conversion of the Anglo-Saxons and the Picts in the 6th and 7th centuries to Celtic monastic Christianity. The influence of this monastic life flowed back and forth between Britain and Ireland over the years, each influencing the other. What remained as a foundational aspect of all the interflow of inspiration was the dedication of the monks and the nuns to the rule of life, to the spiritual disciplines of the rule. This is also true of those who dedicate themselves to a rule or way of life today in the Third Order or the new monastic communities. This is still an important expression of the Christian faith to many modern lay Christians. Amen.
And now, as we listen and contemplate those words, some thoughts for today. As we travel on our Lenten journey, consider what influences have formed and forged the Christian life that you live. What or who have been the main influences on you as you have grown and developed in your faith? How might you be inspired by the monastic way of being a Christian, which has influenced so many over the centuries?
Our candle today burns as a prayer of thanksgiving for all those who help to keep worship flowing faithfully Sunday by Sunday in the churches of our benefice, the retired clergy and licensed lay ministers who lead worship week in, week out throughout the year. For them and for their ministry, we thank God today. And now we join together in the Lord's Prayer. Our Father, who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done, on earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our trespasses, as we forgive those who trespass against us. And lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. For thine is the kingdom, the power, and the glory, for ever and ever. Amen. May the great saints of the past inspire and encourage us to live a great life for God. Amen. Renew and strengthen us, eternal God,
as we prepare for resurrection.
Amen.
Amen.